Morning traders, and this is your DAX review for today. So I've drawn in a pretty pretty interesting, let's not call it a range, but it's pretty much a zone. And you can see how price has been interacting with this zone. And if I go all the way back, it's sort of a previous high of a couple of months ago as well. So there seems to be a lot of interest at this area. But if you look at where we're going, we've pretty much been range bound for the last 4 days. We start drilling down to the lower time frames, you'll start seeing what I'm talking about. So there you can see range bar, and then look at all these tails. Okay, barbed wire, complete indecision. Look at the awesome oscillator here, pretty much got no direction, just hovering around zero, which is not a pretty sign. If you look at the Williams percentage R, pretty much overbought, starting to come off that now. This is typically sort of a short entry for people that trade the Williams percentage R's. So when I close of a bar and we're below the negative 20 line, a lot of people will be looking for a break of that area there. Okay, we'll go down to low time frames and have a look at that more in detail. But for me on the high time frames, there's no direction here. It's not like it was a week before or the last 2 weeks where we had a trend. We're definitely sort of stuck in some form of a range. Alligator is starting to point up again, so this could be a case of consolidation. This is the breakout, we're coming back, so we're looking to come back towards the 50% mark and then rally again. Okay, so let's just pop down to the lower time frames. Okay, so you can see how this level ties up with quite a few breakouts here. But then look at the volatility we had. Day before was total confusion, barbed wire, and then we've got these massive moves. Move was to the upside ultimately, but massive bar up, massive move down, and then another move up. Okay, this gap is closed, which is what we were aiming for yesterday. So pretty much that gap is done. And looking at what I see now, you're more than likely looking for longs, but I try and keep a very small position with a wide stop, just based on the volatility we've got at the moment. So if we just add another level here, so you can see a lot of interaction at this level, that would be a stop level for me. You can see how we broke through, came back, tested, broke through. So that would kind of be a stop level at the moment. Definitely looking for longs. Whether we can happen off this level or not is debatable. Okay, so just want to drop a little bit further. And you can see trend is up at the moment. We're still above the alligator. So what you're kind of looking for is you're looking for a break. This level here, you can see where we use the supports, we use it as resistance. That's pretty much the breakout we're looking for. Okay, so that's 12,442. We can get a break above that. That would indicate a long, and we don't have a fractal, which would indicate a short at the moment. So I'm not looking at this fractal, I'm looking at the closest fractal to price, which would be this one, and that's not a valid short entry. Okay, I'd need the alligator pretty much pointing down and almost crossed over for that to happen. But it may be one on a 12 or 15 minute chart. Okay, no, it's not. This pin bar here is pretty much indicating it's not. Okay, so if you look at the 12 minute, you can see we've sort of crossed over the alligator and we have tested it. Okay, so using the 12 minutes, there are my levels. Okay, so a break above 12,445, we can look for longs, and a break below 12,421 should be looking for shorts. There are some few minor gaps to the downside. Here's one here, there's another one there, and and I don't see anything else close by. So there are two minor gaps to the downside. There's also a 200 moving average, EMA on the 12 minute. So not entirely convincing for the shorts anyway. But what we do have here is another channel. Okay, so I think we've had one move, one pullback, two moves, and then we've had one move, one pullback, two moves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A fifth move to the upside is what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, so I think the trend is up at the moment, so that's kind of what I'm looking for, would be a long, but I'm definitely going to have to get above 12,445 to take it. Not too keen to take the shorts. I think if we do get a deeper pullback down to this area here and price holds, that's a long entry for me. Okay, and that's purely because if we look at the higher time frames, you know, we kind of look like we're reversing, and now we've broken back through the alligator on the higher time frame. So I'd expect some kind of a pullback, find some support off a level, and then look for another entry to the upside. So definitely looking for longs. Just not sure whether we're going to get the opportunity today or not. Okay, before we move off, let's just quickly have a look at the weekly, see what we have brewing right now. We have an inside bar, but it is green. Nothing that really excites me. The only thing that worries me is the fact that we're back in overboard territory, and the last couple of weeks there's been pretty much no direction. Okay, so if you look at the weekly as well, you can see what is happening here. We have a fractal, weekly fractal here, and it is a pretty strong level if I look to the left, and this is what we're flirting with. My bias is that we're going to break through this level. It may not happen this week, but definitely longs is the way to go at the moment. There's no reason to be short, but again, it depends on your time frame you're trading. So the high time frames, you are looking for longs. So what you want to do with the short time frames is look for your entry points. Every decent pullback is offering a buying opportunity. Okay, so this is the level, ultimate level you need to break through, and the structure could be forming here to break through. Okay, or it could be forming to reverse, but I don't think it's going to reverse, to be honest. I think we're pretty much in an upward trend. It's not a solid trend, but long it is. You just got to find the levels, and I would actually just take every fractal on the hour, and those are the areas I'm looking for price to get back to for me to get back in long. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.